Good evening. This is QTV News coming to you live on our studios on Caraba Avenue, and I am Julde Njai. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. In a bid to invest in sexual reproductive health of women and girls, the Office of the Vice President, in collaboration with UNFPA The Gambia, launched the Gambia Investment Case Report on Friday, which seeks to protect women and girls. And a 4-day intensive training course for health workers on the management of obstetric and neonatal complications ended on Friday, organized by the Carnifing General Hospital in collaboration with the Baylor College of Medicine in the United States and partners. And over $1 million worth of laboratory equipment and reagents were presented to Gambia College Annex in Basse by the Lottery Club of Bursubi in partnership with the Lottery Club of Edmonds in the USA. And in international news, in Kano State, northern Nigeria, local authorities officiated the mass wedding of hundreds of couples to support the underprivileged to get married. Those were your headlines, and now the news in detail. Hello, if you're just tuning in, this is QTV News and I am Julde Njai. Now, in a bid to invest in sexual reproductive health of women and girls, the Office of the Vice President, in collaboration with UNFPA The Gambia, on Friday launched the Gambia Investment Case Report that aims at ending unmet need for family planning and preventable maternal deaths, amongst others. Let's have more details of that in this report. This document details compelling evidence of the need to invest in sexual and reproductive health of women and girls. Serafin Wakana, UN Resident Coordinator, says the investment case is not just a document but a roadmap for a brighter future for women and girls.
The Gambia investment case is more than just a report. It's a call to action. It's promise to the women and girls of the Gambia that their health, rights, and well-being are at the core of our development agenda.
And Ndairu Sar, UNFPA country representative, gave an overview of the report.
According to the investment case report, the funding requirement of $36.4 million under the modest scenario and up to $77.4 million under the ambitious scenario is needed for the 8-year period from 2023 to 2030. The funding shortfall between the government projected spending on reproductive health expenditures and the requirement of the combined investment cases for family planning, maternal health, and GBV ranges from $30 million in the most modest scenario to $71 million under the ambitious scenario.
Madam Sar also highlight some of the recommendations in the report.
To address preventable maternal deaths, we recommend increasing funding for maternal health programs, training and equipment of healthcare personnel, and strengthening health system to ensure quality care for expectant mothers. The proposed investment of $38 million could reduce the maternal mortality ratio from the 289 per 100,000 live births it is today to 141 per 100,000 live births by 2030.
According to the report, there is also an increase in gender-based violence and harmful practices cases in the Gambia. The report also indicates that an investment of $10 million is needed to avert 152,558 cases of FGM in the Gambia by 2030. Additionally, an investment of $25 million could prevent more than 36,000 girls to be married off before the age of 18 between 2023 to 2030.
There is a significant unmet need for family planning services in the Gambia, which is currently at only 24%. To address this challenge, the investment case report recommends expanding access to various family planning methods. We currently have 10 methods in the health facilities, and it should be increased to 13. Enhancing comprehensive health education and awareness, especially among young people, and community involvement.
Here is Babukar Boy, The Minister for Public Service, representing the Vice President of the Gambia.
I can assure you that the Gambia government remains committed to the 3 zeros. I am optimistic that as we conclude our discussions today, we will recognize the substantial benefits that stem from making prudent and well-informed investments.
According to the report, Gambia will not achieve the 3 zeros by 2030, which are the unmet needs for family planning, sexual and reproductive health, preventable maternal mortality, and gender-based violence and harmful practices, without accelerating the investment towards them. And the required level of investment will not happen without filling in the resource gaps and stepping up political commitment at all levels. For QTV News, I am Juldenyai. And for the intensive training course for 16 health workers on the management of obstetric and neonatal complications ended on Friday. The training was organized by the Kanifing General Hospital in collaboration with the Baylor College of Medicine in Texas in the United States and partners. Lolly M. Kamara tells us more. The 4-day training ended with renewed commitment to enhancing neonatal care for women in the country. Organizers say the training will expose these medical professionals to advanced clinical skills in the management of obstetric and neonatal complications. Jariatu Drame is the principal nursing officer and head of nursing and midwifery at the Kanifing General Hospital.
A trained health professional without any knowledge and skills, it's better you don't become a trained nurse or doctor. Today we are all here to witness another session, and this is the first step-down training, and I know that there will be more 2 groups coming. And these 2 groups are coming, they are going to do the same like what we have been doing.
Tina Toure, the administrator for Horizons Trust Gambia Limited, says the Safe Delivery project is aimed at improving quality care to mothers and babies through continuous clinical training to reduce maternal and neonatal mortality rates.
It's been a long journey so far. The project is in its 2nd year. We have exciting things coming next year, planned for next year as well. The numbers of people who staff at Kanifing who have been trained will reach over 100 by the end of this year, and we will continue to double down and continue to invest in your professional development.
Basiru Drame, the Chief Executive Officer of the Kanifing General Hospital, while giving the statistics on maternal mortality rates in the Gambia, encouraged participants to never relent in the performance of their duty.
If you look at the maternal mortality of our country, it's already in triple digits. That is about 289 maternal deaths per 100,000 lives birth. So us at Kanifing, if you consider our maternal mortality, or if you look at our maternal mortality from 2021 to 2022, it's not very promising. Because what has been recorded in 2021 was 8 maternal deaths, what have been recorded. But in 2022, we have about 17 maternal deaths. It's possible that we have been recording all the maternal deaths that actually occur either happening in the facility or brought in death.
David Omar Bass, Principal Accountant, and Babu Karsen, Administrator at the Kanifing General Hospital, both commended the sponsors of this laudable initiative. Ajamaria Tukebe, a participant, shared her experience from the training.
This training is very important. We've been fortunate enough to learn a lot of things. I feel honored, I alone, and I believe so does my trainees feel, because we've been able to learn a lot of things in caring for the mother, the child. Right now, I feel like a midwife. That's what I told my matron. I said I'm moving to the labor ward because I am now a midwife, and I feel I can do it.
As countries around the globe, including the Gambia, continue to strengthen their efforts in improving healthcare systems, the organizers of this training are hopeful that with the new knowledge and skills acquired by these medical professionals, maternal and neonatal morbidity and mortality will be significantly reduced in the country. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara. Now, the Lottery Club of Bursubi, in partnership with the Lottery Club of Edmonds in U.S., presented laboratory equipment and reagents worth over $1 million to the Gambia College Annex in Basse. Alaji A.F. Jallo was in attendance, and this is his report.
The laboratory equipment worth over $1 million is for the physics, chemistry, and biology laboratories. At the presentation ceremony, the program coordinator at the Gambia College Basse Annex, Matar Sise, said the materials will go a long way towards helping develop the potential of students in their practical skills.
These materials represent the opportunity for our students to conduct experiments, explore, learn, and innovate. They symbolize our collective beliefs in the belief that these bright minds will emerge from their shallow holes to shape the future of students in the country.
The president of the Rotary Club of Brusubi, Rotarian Dominic Gomez, thanked their partners for making the project a reality.
If we want this country to develop, science should not be left behind. We need to encourage our students to study science. We need to not just study it, but to go deep into it. And without the facilities, they will not be able to do that. And when it came, we said, yes, it's important for us to come and deliver the same project in Basse here. And that's why we are here today to deliver this project.
Rotarian Dr. Henrietta Sanko, the country coordinator of MRC Holland Foundation, said her foundation will also continue to provide scholarships for students from the rural areas to further their studies in the sciences.
It's a great day because if you look at the schools you are attend, so many students believe if you are good in sciences, you have to travel to Banjul to further your science education, to be able to enter university with good science grades. But for MRC Holland Foundation, we always want to turn it upside down. We want rural Gambia to at least be as good as urban Gambia. And I always say we want Basse Annex to supersede Brikama main campus of the college.
Mamadi Sane, the vice president of the Gambia College Basse Annex Students Union, thanked the donors for their support and reassured the donors about using the materials for their intended purpose.
Teaching and learning of science in abstract is always inconvenient. But now the materials are at our doorstep. We can be able to carry out any kind of experiment we want to widen our horizon of understanding.
These materials will be useful for science students of the college and schools within the region to conduct their practical experiment. Reporting for QTV News, I am Alaji A.F. Jallo.
That report there by Alaji A.F. Jallo will take us to a commercial break. When we return, we have some more local, international, as well as sports news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
The art of juggling is a true spectacle of agility, coordination, and speed. A symbol of progression, precision, and mastery. .5G speed is like having the juggler in your pocket. With lightning-fast download and upload speeds, you'll easily be able to juggle even the busiest workdays. Whether you're a busy entrepreneur, a creative, or just someone who wants to stay connected. Juggle your tasks with ease with QCell 5G speed. The future is here. It's fast, reliable, and efficient. First brought to you by QCell. We innovate, others follow.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you are just tuning in, this is QTV News and I am Julde Jai. Now to the rest of our stories. The Center for Policy Research and Strategic Studies, CEPRAS, organized a forum to disseminate the findings of a report on strengthening citizens' participation in local governance to improve transparency and accountability focusing on Mansa Konko and Kerewan area councils. Our regional correspondent Bakari Balde attended the event and this is his report.
Since its establishment in 2016, CEPRAS has conducted numerous research projects and training courses, including this one for Mansa Konko and Kerewan area councils on a citizen report card survey, assessing the perceptions of people on services delivered by local government council. Lamin Damfa is the Executive Director of the Center for Policy Research and Strategic Studies, CEPRAS.
The findings of this survey, I must emphasize, are both illuminating and challenging. While it is heartening to acknowledge that some local councils have made commendable progress in service delivery, ensuring that basic amenities, healthcare, education, and infrastructure are accessible to their residents, our research has unveiled critical areas where improvements are not just necessary, but imperative. In certain instances, citizens have expressed feelings of disconnection from local decision-making processes, experiencing a lack of transparency and accountability in the services provided.
Bua Kinte, the administrative officer of Mansa Konko Area Council, commended CEPRAS and outlined the significance of the survey for local authorities.
This will at least give councils or give an enabling environment for councils to improve performance, because there are empirical evidences from the research conducted. And if those information are shared with the wider community, especially the taxpayers, it will even compel councils to provide more services to the taxpayers in their respective regions.
Yanko Badabo, the chairman of Brikama Area Council, who doubles as the vice president of the Gambia Association of Local Government Authorities, GALGA, said local government is the bedrock of democracy at the grassroots level and highlights the impact of the survey.
The survey would shed light on the strengths and weaknesses of our local councils, enabling us to recognize areas where we have excelled and areas where we need to enhance our performance. The transparency and accountability fostered by this survey would help to restore trust and confidence in our local governments.
Ibrahim Adrame, the Deputy Governor of LRR, compliments CEPRAS for carrying out such a remarkable survey and urged the participants to make the best use of the forum.
The participation in this exercise is very important. I therefore implore you to be very steadfast and then participate meaningfully in this session and make sure you put maximum effort.
By acknowledging the challenges highlighted in the report and implementing the suggested solutions, positive changes can be achieved, leading to enhanced service provision, better living conditions, and increased satisfaction among residents. This report provides a foundation for informed decision-making, policy formulation, collaborative efforts aimed at building stronger, more vibrant and responsive communities in the Gambia. Bakari Balde, QTV News.
Let's now take a look at some sports news stories. The North Bank Region Under-9 and Under-15 football competition kicked off on Wednesday with Kerewan Academy locking horns with the White Dragons of Suarekunda. Don Williams attended the event and this is his report.
The competition was organized by the North Bank Region Football Academy Association to promote grassroots football in the region. Omar Fai, the technical director of the association, explains how stakeholders got involved in the event.
I came back to North Bank and I created an academy in my own village. Then I started sensitizing people in the North Bank, the stakeholders, to tell them we should have an academy association so that we can organize the competition for the children. Because we have to give a playing atmosphere for our children to show their talent. So that's all about.
Mr. Five further went on to explain that is where children learn most of the important aspects of the game.
In football, is the grassroots. The grassroots is the key of it. Where the children will be learn a lot in football, most of the discipline, physical, mentality, communicating, and stuff like that. So if we have academy associations in North Bank, that would be so helpful because I found a lot of academies here, right? And they are affiliated directly to the FA, but they are not organizing any competition.
Yaya Drame, captain of Kerewan Academy, said he was happy to be part of this competition for the first time.
This is the first time to have this type of competition in this area, so I appreciate it with all my teammates.
In attendance was the president of the North Bank Region Football Academy Association, Kemo Sise, and Abu Khan, president of the North Bank Region Football Association, and representatives of other football academies and invited guests. Despite the ambition to improve the sport, the North Bank region has poor training facilities and grounds and remains the only region without a grass football pitch. Don Williams, QTV News for Afeni, North Bank region.
Still in sports, Sukuta opened their veterans football competition with a 2-0 win against Manjai on Friday in the competition, which was organized by the football ambassadors. Our sports reporter Momodu Gajaga was at the Manjai football field and saw all the action.
Retired but not tired. Some of these veteran footballers are playing active and competitive football for the first time in many years. Despite not having the legs to run with speed and produce some of the dazzling skills they once possessed, there were glimpses of what they once were and so. Modulamin Dao sparked the game into life when he scored a lob from a long range to give Sukuta the lead after 17 minutes. This is how he describes the goal.
That was not a surprise to many because obviously everyone knows during my time, these are one of my advantages because that's a natural gift from God, I think, because having a running shots, to be a goal, I've scored it in many zones in the Gambia here. So this one was not a surprise because I told them all the time, if we have the time and then I'm relaxed, I saw the goal coming out, I have the foot power to always put the ball there.
Sukuta doubled the lead when Dudu Jata chested the ball and easily tapped into the net after Modulamin Dao's well-taken free kick. Manjai's players were ball-watching, claiming Dudu was in an offside position. Despite their protest and in the absence of VAR, the goal stood and the Dembadu boys celebrated their second goal, which sealed their victory. Manjai had their moments too. Abdullah Jallo's low drive was goal-bound, but Sukuta's defender Yaya Jame's timely clearance ensured it did not cross the goal line. Moments later, Manjai's captain Ibrahim Afai was clean through on goal, only to blaze his shot wide. Sukuta's attacking midfielder Fabakary Sonko showed his dribbling skills occasionally in the game to the delight of some of the crowd. Babukar Njai, who came in as a second-half substitute for Manjai, showed his dribbling ability too, beating at least 3 players before losing possession. The competition is hailed by many as good for promoting social cohesion, health, and bringing back nostalgic memories of these veterans. This is how Ibrahim Afai, the Manjai captain, Sana Sambo, the Sukuta coach, Vicente Gomez, a sports enthusiast, and Ibrahim Dabo, the organizer, respectively, had to say about the tournament.
It was, it brings back the memories, seeing the fans, it's been a long time we've not been in the field, but this initiative is very, 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 very nice, and I think I hope they will continue to do it every year.
The feeling was so emotional. It's good, man. I'm feeling good. Feeling good, though. Feeling good. Definitely feeling good.
There you would see them and think they are not good enough. But in their heydays, they were unstoppable and unmatchable. I actually was just around the corner and the nostalgic feelings came. Because some of these players were players who just banged in goals from left, right, and center. And that the organizers thought of this. For me, this is a laudable initiative.
It's another way for them to encourage them to keep socializing, but also from our end, we are paying homage to what they have done for football.
The Brikama, Bakau, Serekunda East and West, Banjul and Gunjur zones are all part of the competition, which, while bringing back a feel-good factor, nevertheless shows that competitive spirit still bonds inside the veteran players. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
That's a laudable initiative there. Now the report by Mamudu Gajaga takes us to some international news stories. In Kano State, northern Nigeria, local authorities officiated the mass wedding of hundreds of couples. As QTV Jenaba Sonko reports, the mass wedding is meant to support the underprivileged to get married.
The wedding of the 1,800 couples was reportedly decentralized, with ceremonies taking place in various local government areas. Under the mass wedding scheme for the underprivileged is sponsored by the local government. The weddings are estimated to cost the state 800 million naira, equivalent to $1 million, and will cover the purchase of furniture, clothing, food items, as well as for paying the dowry. The head of the Hishba, Amimu Daurawa, told media that each of the brides would receive a set of bedding and 20,000 naira, equivalent to $25, as economic empowerment. The Nigerian National Bureau of Statistics said in 2020 that 40% of 83 million Nigerians live in poverty. In addition to paying the dowry, buying furniture, providing brides-to-be with the trousseaux, and a $25 startup capital, the authorities organized a professional training session for the brides. The trainer, Naisa Ahmed, says the wisdom behind teaching the brides some vocational skills are to make them self-resilient, as life has become so expensive. With training, she added, women will help themselves, their husbands, and the society as a whole. Intending couples were subjected to a premarital test screening as part of the criteria to partake in the state-sponsored wedding. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf said the event was a testament to the state's dedication to promoting cultural traditions, social cohesion, while providing couples with a memorable and cost-effective way to formalize their unions. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jenna Bosonko.
That's an interesting initiative there. Well, I'm afraid that's all we got time for. Join us tomorrow for another edition of this bulletin. Many thanks indeed for the pleasure of your company, and do have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.